Hey guys, welcome to the start of the SC25 West Ham United Chromate here, in which we're going to take it over the team. Farhan Lopetegui as a manager. I'm going to be stepping in as the West Ham manager and helping them get back on track to their most recent European glory and get them back on track to winning trophies in England. As you can see, they've won the domestic cup on 3 occasions, winning their first Premier League title, and also take them to Champions League success. Let's get into this one, check out the West Ham team and make transfers to improve this team even more. Alright, so this is the way that West Ham recently lined up for the most recent Premier League game. Let me show you the way I'm going to line up this team for the foreseeable future in this career mode. Alright, so here's our best possible lineup here at the start of this West Ham career mode. You can see we're going to play in a 4-2-3-1 wide. We're going to play in a Gegenpressing pressing style of football as well, which is going to actually work quite well for us, hopefully, in this one. I feel like it should be Gegenpressing. Pressing. I did say it's Gegenpressing. Pressing. Yes, it is. The build-up play, we have it on counter. And that seems to work for us in previous career, so we're going to keep it on that. As you see, the team is a pretty decent one. I see Füllkrug, Ayew didn't get to play that much for West Ham. He picked up an injury, and obviously Tadibos not done too well for the team. Didn't sign in for them. Obviously, he was linked to Man United heavily and went to West Ham in the end on loan. So hopefully, he can have a good spell here at the club and also improve in the back line. Obviously, we've got Kudus and Jared Bowen now, and Paqueta in the cam role, and also that's the Somerville and Lewis Gilham, the two young talents behind them. Got Conor Soler also on loan here. Got Danny Ings and Mikel Antonio as our backup strikers currently to Füllkrug. And for that, I see one area we need to improve the most, because obviously all of them are older, 31. Obviously Ings is also 31 and Mikel Antonio is 34. We need to improve that position the most, bringing the young up-and-coming talent. We're also going to be utilising the youth academy in the series. Obviously West Ham in real life are known for the youth academy. Let's get into this one and yeah, look at potential signings we can make and improve this team and then get into the first game of the Premier League season. Alright, so I think the first thing I'm going to do here in this series is sign Tadibo on a permanent deal for around 25 to 30 million. We're going to spend on him. We do have 70 million in the budget. I did spend some money on bringing in some scouts. We also need to sign some coaches as well. We're going to bring in Tadibo here on a permanent deal, as he's got 85 potential, 24 years of age, French centre-back, incredible pace and great defending. He should be a great player for us in this series to partner up with Max Kilman in the back line. Let's get into this one, buy Tadibo on a permanent deal and have him join us here for the season at the Hammers. As you can see here, for £27 million, John Clare Tadibo joins us here at West Ham on a permanent basis to be our starting centre-back alongside Max Kilman for the season. Alright, so as you can see here, we've got 4 young players on the shortlist, being the potential backup striker to Füllkrug for the season. We've got a couple of different players there. I decided to get just 4 different type of strikers that we could possibly sign to the backup to Füllkrug, because Danny Ings, we're going to sell him, and also Mikel Antonio is going to retire at the end of the season, and obviously Füllkrug is 31. He's going to start going down in his overall, so we need to sign a young striker to take over for him next season, or possibly take over this season, depending on if they can hit the ground running at the club. We've got Iniesta Canahillo, the Frenchman from Monaco, recently moved from Belgium to Monaco. Not too sure how he's doing for Monaco, not looked at his stats this season, but he's a great young striker. He's got bags of potential, and the world at his feet currently is possibly the next type of Mbappe type player. A young French striker playing for Monaco. We've seen that before. We also have Karim Konate at Salzburg. Obviously, he's a great young striker. A lot of people know about this guy. He's obviously 20 years of age. He's been around for a little while now in FC and the world of football. So people have got people don't know about him basically. We've got Evan Ferguson, the most well-known player here on the shortlist as the Brighton striker. Kind of was looking to have a breakout season this season, but he's kind of behind João Pedro and Danny Welbeck currently in the team. So maybe we could lure him to West Ham to the backup striker to Füllkrug. Obviously, he hasn't got the pace of an Iniesta or a Konate. He's a bit of a taller striker, 6'2". Obviously, he's much more of a physical player than the other two. We also have Jay Stansfield as well from Birmingham City here, the young talent playing in the Championship currently, the Englishman. Obviously, 21 years of age, the oldest player here on the shortlist. And again, a good young striker that we could sign to be the backup to Nicholas Füllkrug. You guys down below need to let me know which one of these strikers we should go for: the young Frenchman, Iniesta, Konate, Ferguson, or Stansfield, or should we sign 2 players here and have them battle it out for the first in striker position and see who comes out on top? Let me know down below. Alright, so walking through the doors here at West Ham is my second signing here as manager, which is Jorrel Hato, the young Dutchman from Ajax, will be our starting left back. We'll give competition to Emerson in the team. Obviously, Emerson is currently 29 years of age, turning 30, will decrease in overall pretty quickly. So we need a young talent to take over in that position. And João Rato, it's a fantastic young talent. Obviously, can play centre back as well if we needed him to. But he joins us here to be our starting left back here at West Ham and completes our second signing of this season. All right, so as you can see here on the right, we saw Danny Ings to Brentford here for 3.2 million. Cashing in him was still worth of a decent amount. As they also going to bring in the backup striker, which you guys are going to let me know down below which one of the young strikers we should sign to replace Ings in this team. All right, so here we're the first game of this series at home up against Aston Villa. So this is a pretty tough fixture. I believe West Ham obviously lost this game IRL. Hato is going to start for us at left back. Obviously, the back line's going to stay the same other than Hato joining the team and being our backup left back, and also on the bench we'll take Irving with us as another option. Why not? And we'll keep it as it is there. See, Emerson is a good backup player. We also have Colosole, who's been converted into a cam. Same with Paqueta, who's been converted back into the cam role where he should be on the left, but he is technically higher rated at striker, I believe, in this game. So that's one thing to keep in mind if we do positively convert him, or keep him down the right and keep Kudus down do winger, but a good player with it end product, and has been scored a bunch of great goals for West Ham IRL. Let's get into this game against and hopefully get off to a winning start here. All right, so obviously here's our starting 11 with the 4-2-3-1. We're going to be lining up with Areola in goal. Obviously the backline of Hato, Kilman, Todibo, Wan-Bissaka in the midfield, Guda, Rodriguez, Alvarez, and the front three, or the front four, I should say, of Furuku, Paqueta, Bowen, and obviously Mohamed Kudus. And Aston Villa have got a good team, as we know. We've beaten them recently, though, in the Dortmund series in the Champions League semi-finals pretty convincingly. Got Martinez in goal, a pretty good back line, a pretty good midfield. They've got a great team. Morgan Rogers in their team in the cam role. They're playing the young Englishman at right mid. And also they've got a pretty good bench as well. Let's get into this one and hopefully get off to a winning start here in this series against Aston Villa. Up to Füllkrug, chests it down and shoots, but Martinez will save. It's a great start there, though, for the team, creating a chance here in this one. Good steal there from Rodriguez. Mohamed Kudus. In here to Lucas Paqueta, the Brazilian here. Can he bend one? Paqueta hits it and it's forced to save, though. A comfortable one from Martinez. And if not, get a draw. It's Füllkrug, the German. Back here to drive Bowen, who hits it. Bowen hits it and Martinez is forced into another save. West Ham here, being pressured. Bowen out wide here to Füllkrug. Wan-Bissaka. Edson Alvarez. Paqueta. Back here to Mohamed Kudus on his foot, on his left foot there, and he bends it. Well, his right foot, sorry, bends it into the Kudus Martinez. Years ago now on the FIFA 23. Kudus. Bowen. To Lucas Paqueta from range, and Martinez again saves, playing for Dortmund. Kudus now, after the steal, hits it, and it's denied again by Martinez. The fact we haven't scored and we've had a bunch of chances kind of worries me, because we've been all over Aston Villa here. They're just sitting back and letting us pressure them, and Pau Torres heads that clear. It's an interesting game plan from Unai Emery to soak up all the pressure, I guess, and just give us opportunities and try to catch us on a break, which isn't working for them right now because we're just able to stop them every time they get forward. But well, this is one chance.
They could take a lead. If Watkins up front, they've got a play to do so. Speaking of Watkins, there he is.
Looking for Morgan Rogers, he plays it through. Rogers hits it, and Areola is forced into a save. Making a run down the wing there, but I can't really find him. Here's Paqueta. He's got loads of room in midfield here. He can find Mohamed Kudus, one touch left foot, hits it. And Martinez again, it's a great save.
It wasn't for the Argentinian. Aston Villa got like 6 goals down in this game. Morgan Rogers now coming forward.
Goes round to Todibo, I think that was. Yes, it was. Areola can't make this. It's actually hit the post, and Leon Bailey's put it wide. How did they not score? Over the top looking for Füllkrug. Füllkrug, the German, hits it, and it's wide to the post. Header clear by Alvarez to Nicholas Füllkrug. You can find Mohamed Kudus there, and Kudus with the pace. And set free Füllkrug. He can play it back to Kudus here. Kudus going to get the shot away. Kudus does so and scores. 62 minutes in here. Mohamed Kudus makes it 1-0 here at London Stadium to West Ham. We've been the better team, we deserve this. Obviously, Aston Villa almost just scored at one end not too long ago, and we just missed a big chance of Füllkrug. But he gets the assist there to Mohamed Kudus here, lays it off to him. And Kudus here, the former Ajax man, buries it to make it 1-0 to West Ham here in the opening game of the season. Header won there by Kilman. Paqueta. Füllkrug. Hold up play here. Doing what he does best. Füllkrug gets room in behind it for Lucas Paqueta, who hits it. And Paqueta's denied by Martinez. But from the corner here. Paqueta now taking them. The Brazilian. When the in-swinger here looking for Füllkrug. And he heads it goals because Martinez was in no man's land. And it's 2-0 West Ham. You've got to imagine the likes of Spencer Owen and Bazinga are in the crowd celebrating this one. And Füllkrug scores here. He gets a golden assist in his first game here of the season. The German proves to be a big game player here. Doing what he does best, winning headers. He did so much for Dortmund and obviously other teams he's played for in his career. He does it for us here. Martinez was in no man's land, misread it completely. And Füllkrug makes him pay. And makes it 2-0 here to West Ham against Aston Villa. And Wan-Bissaka, good work there. Okay, somehow lost the ball there. But Wan-Bissaka goes back in, loses the ball again to Jacob Ramsey. Ramsey now getting forward, cuts it in. And Areola goes save. Ollie Watkins. Todibo steps in though. Rodriguez here to Somerville. Somerville skips the defender. Somerville shoots and it's denied. From McCrummed Wonder Kid. And long shot King on this channel here. He comes forward here. Areola can make a big save. Areola does so. It's a great save there from the Frenchman. You know what? Let's shoot this one. Why not? Let's have a shot here with Paqueta. Lucas Paqueta here from the free kick. Can he score from an unlikely angle here? Paqueta hits it. And it wasn't the best. But, you know, why not? Why not have a go there? We're 2-0 up. The game's about to be over. We're about to get our first 3 points of the season and defeat Aston Villa here. I think after this game, we're going to make the game a bit harder. Because defeating Aston Villa 2-0 and comfortably, I feel like isn't what should happen, but you never know. You know what I mean? We could beat Aston Villa, but I feel like we're going to make this series a bit harder here in a second by editing some sliders, etc. Because I feel like we've had a bit too much of an easy going recently in Chrome mode, in the Chroma videos that we've done. So hopefully the next game, the game's going to be a bit harder, but also we still win. Obviously, that's the outcome we want. We want the wins, but also as West Ham, we're going to possibly pick up a few losses throughout this season against some of the biggest things like Liverpool, Man City, United, Chelsea, etc. But we dominated Aston Villa here, and we deserve the 3 points. All right, so for our second game of the season, we're going to take on Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Obviously, we're going to rotate the team slightly for this one with Emerson and Mavropanos coming into the team for this one for fitness issues with Joe Hato and also Kilman not being fully fit. As you can see, Füllkrug isn't also, as well as Wan-Bissaka, but obviously Vladimir Coufal. We could also play Coufal at right back. He's not a bad player, Coufal. So maybe we could bring him in for this one. But he's only got 65 pace. So I feel like bringing him in isn't the best idea. Wan-Bissaka with the 82 pace is better up against the players that Crystal Palace do have in their team. We could play. I was thinking about playing Bowen up front for this one and putting Somerville down the left and also Kudus down the right. We're going to start Füllkrug up front, so he did well against Aston Villa. So let's get into this one up against Crystal Palace. Obviously, they handed us a loss in the Man City series when we played them. So you never know, they could beat me again here, away from home at Selhurst Park. Alright, so here's Crystal Palace's team, and I believe they signed Lorenzo Pellegrini. I think I saw him in the warm-up here. We've got Dean Henderson goal, a good back line, a back five, Adam Wharton, Kamada. We've got Nketiah, and they've got Orsolini, that's what I saw, Eze, and a good bench as well, with obviously a couple of good young players and a couple of decent players on that bench. And obviously, our starting 11 is pretty much the same. With obviously Emerson and Mavropanos coming into this one for fitness issues, and obviously other than that, it's staying the exact same, the same lineup, pretty much the same tactics. Obviously, let's get into this one. If we get another 3 points, this time no, away from home at Selhurst Park, they're going to give us a good game here. Playing 5 at the back, which is not my favourite to play against. But here goes Eze. Early on, Eze denied by Areola though. You can see Italian, Orsolini. But here is Mavropanos, a Greek centre-back, doing well for us there. See, formerly of, was it Leipzig, if I'm not mistaken? And I see a former Arsenal defender, Paqueta. To Bowen. Bowen gets one defender, Jarrod Bowen here. Can he get the shot away? Bowen to make it 1-0. The captain shoots and it's saved by Dean Henderson. Didn't expect that, not going to lie. Here goes Eddie Nketiah. The Croat's going to have to come over. Not the Croat. Tadebo's going to have to come over. Wrong French centre-back. Ball back post there to Eze, who shoots an area with a great save. Alvarez to Bowen. Füllkrug. Sees a runner, Kudus. Can he find him? Mohamed Kudus can't take it down, but Guehi's under pressure. A winner headed over Mavropanos. And Paqueta can hit them from range. Paqueta, the Brazilian. Left foot. From range hits the post. To Alvarez. Now to the spider, Wan-Bissaka. In here to Paqueta. The number 10 hits it. Denied by Dean Henderson. There's a corner here for Bowen to take. Füllkrug in the centre. He win the header. Füllkrug wins it. And it somehow doesn't find the back of the net there. We get another corner. Bowen. In. Füllkrug wins it, but doesn't actually get a shot away, and that's somehow denied. Wharton to Eze. There's Tadibo. Wan-Bissaka gets it out. Now here's Bowen. Bowen. To Paqueta. Paqueta. Into Kudus. Kudus is through here. Mohamed Kudus going to make it 1-0 before the break. Hits it and scores. It's 2 goals in 2 games for Kudus here. And we take the lead just before the break. It's been coming. It's scoring in this game. Obviously, Crystal Palace had a few opportunities of their own they haven't taken. But Mohamed Kudus here scores here. Dean Henderson can't make the save this time round. And Kudus again scores to make it 1-0. Orsolini. There's one there to find Nketiah. But there's Tadibo. He gives the ball away and they've hit the post. We're riding a look here a little bit. Nketiah. How is he? Now, how has he got the shot away there? He should not have been able to get the shot away there. I literally challenged him with Tadibo. Fair enough, I guess. And Nketiah makes it 1-1. Here's Jarrod Bowen. We can find Paqueta. Paqueta now, one touch. Hits it. And Dean Henderson again makes a great save. A work there from Guido Rodriguez. In here to Paqueta. Paqueta. Free head to Mikel Antonio. Okay, oh, he skips round one. Mikel Antonio can score. Antonio denied by Henderson. Palace possibly playing for the draw, but they're trying to go forward here. With the Japanese international in here to Eddie Nketiah. There's a good challenge there from Mavropanos. The quad denied by Emerson. Emerson to Somerville. In here to Carlos Soler, the Spaniard. And here's Jarrod Bowen driving through. He's done this before for West Ham. Late on in games, Jarrod Bowen, great composure, hits it. But Dean Henderson makes a great save. But it's up here to Somerville. Somerville, good touch. Can he drag it back? Yes, he can, but he's got a heavy drag back there. I'm not sure why the game did such a heavy movement there with the ball. Guido Rodriguez, last chance of the game here. Somerville goes through. The Dutchman squares it across to Carlos Soler. And it's a 3 points grabbed here late on against Crystal Palace. Carlos Soler, the number 4 for some reason. I need to... Is he number 4 IRL for West Ham? I doubt it. But he's number 4 here for some reason in game. Scores here. Obviously, I could have shot with Somerville, but I wanted to make sure the goal, the grab us the 3 points, because Dean Henderson's been on something in this game. So I squared it across to Somerville. He gets the assist, and Carlos Soler scores off the bench to make it 2-1 here at Selhurst Park. And this has been a great game. And the Spaniard here wins it later on for us. It's a great first impression here for him. But this game's going to be over here. Crystal Palace might deserve the point, but they don't get one. We get the 3 points to remain undefeated so far in the Premier League. Alright, so as you can see in the EFL Cup, our second team picked up a 5-4 win on penalties against Southampton to advance in the Carabao Cup. Alright, so for the final game of today's episode, we're going to be playing at home at the London Stadium up against Man City here. Toughest game of the episode and the series so far. Let's get into this one up against Pep Guardiola's team and hopefully possibly get a draw here. But I see a loss here is expected. Let's get into this game and just hopefully put up a decent showing and a fight against them. Alright, so here's our usual 11 as you saw in the game, going back to our starting 11 that we played for the first game. With Areola and goal, the back line staying the same, and also the midfield and the attack staying the exact same. And Man City's team looks like a rotated one, as you'll see here in a second. I've got Restes, the young French goalkeeper, in goal. You're also starting Wilson Esbrand, the young English defender, in the back line. And no Erling Haaland in the starting 11 is interesting. Also a decent back line and a good midfield with Fede Valverde in there. They're starting a different striker up front. They've got Santamarin up front. Obviously, Javario, lots of Haaland on the bench as well. So a rotated team here, and there's a chance we get 3 points to get into this one and hopefully beat Man City here. Paqueta, it's a rainy day here in London, so there's going to be some drag on the ball here. But Füllkrug does ball there, gets it back to Kudus. Kudus hits it, and can he score again? Restes was saved though. Rico Lewis in here to Phil Foden. That's great work there from him. Foden scores as expected. I couldn't move a centre back there. They just were stuck in mud. They were literally cemented into the ground there. Couldn't move them. And City take the lead here with Phil Foden as he makes it 1-0. Interesting. Nunez. There is Kilman, sorry, stepping in. Every team, or every series I don't see when the Dortmund one, to be fair, but Füllkrug here. Over the top pick, and we get to that. Paqueta, can he hit that? No, we can't. Esbrand gets there, and Restes caught almost there by Paqueta. To the Englishman. Rico Lewis there, Foden back to Rico Lewis. Hits it, and Areola good save. It's a corner though for the Citizens here. The take here with Foden floating it in. And the goal was by Hostel, and it's 2-0. I mean, it's to be expected. It's Man City at the end of the day. But it's 2-0 here, courtesy of Hostelu, the former Real Madrid man. Obviously, it's a free agent in this game due to him playing over in Qatar, I believe. And the club that he plays was not in the game, so he's a free agent. But he scores it to make it 2-0. As of right now, we've not been awful in this game. We haven't really managed to really get anything going properly due to the rain. But I feel like we've been a bit hard done by the goals we conceded. But Kudus, can they make it 2-1? Chuvelas, man. Chuvelas, they need to just... Why they made him so bad? It's so stupid that you can miss it. That Chuvelas there, or a miss, guaranteed. Why is it so wide? That should be a goal. Good challenge in there. Can he get it back to Areola? No, he doesn't. He goes to Kilman instead. Interesting. You know what? Kudus. Make the run. Can he get that? Yes, he can. He's got Füllkrug in the centre, the German. Can he win ahead of Füllkrug? Is knocked over there in the box. It should be a penalty. Paqueta looking for Kudus, but can't find him. Back here to Kudus. Kudus here still going. Kudus here is in here. Kudus, can he make it 2-1? And he's also get the ball. It should be 2-2. Because Chuvelas, from where I shot from, should be a goal. On his favoured left foot, Kudus scores here. Like he should have done earlier with the Chuvela, but he scores here this time. There's great work there from him. Great work from Füllkrug as well to get the attention of the defenders and drag them away to create the room for Kudus to run in behind. He missed it 2-1 here. And maybe we're back in this game. Of course, the second I wanted to make substitutions, the game's not going to give me a chance to do so. Grealish. Tadebo's in there. Areola. Why are you not coming out for Areola? Thank you. Here goes Foden. Good work there from Kilman. Somerville, the Dutchman, has been a big game player in the past couple of games here. Somerville getting forward. Does well there. Füllkrug again. Creates the room for Somerville this time to chip. Restes and make it 2-2. Crescencio Somerville scores again. The London Stadium erupts as we could be getting a point here. We deserve a point. Füllkrug again, great centre forward play there. Getting his body in the way of the defenders and the player making a run. And Somerville with a chip over the French shot stopper. Makes it 2-2. It's a great finisher from the Dutchman. who's got 3 goal contributions in 3 games, I believe, now. Rodri forward here to Jack Grealish. Todibo, that's got to be yours. There we go. One last chance maybe here. Kudus to Paqueta. Paqueta here drives. He's still going here. Füllkrug. Got to win the header. Füllkrug on the bicycle kick. Denied by the Frenchman, but it's a corner here. It would be classic West Ham to win a game later on. Smash and grab style with a corner. It's headed to clear by Cangelo. But a 2-2 draw against City is not a bad result. Especially when I thought we were going to lose this game. Somerville, the hero in the end, off the bench. It's a 2-2 draw here, a point apiece. And we will definitely say that's basically a win for us here against City at home anyway. And we deserve it, to be fair. City didn't really do much in the game, but they scored 2 goals. And they looked a good team, but we did, in a way we did beat them here. They didn't win, which they expected to do so, if I can get my words out. And we get a point here to celebrate. Alright, so to end the first episode here, we've got a couple of transfers we can make for the team here next episode. In terms of young goalkeepers to possibly take over in the first team future down the line, we've got Jonas Erbig from Corn, obviously the 6'2", 21-year-old, 74 rated goalkeeper, could be a great player for us. We also have Mike Penders, the 6'7" Belgian, who would be signed. And obviously both of these players will be loaned out so they can develop on loan and obviously possibly take over in the first team next season or future down the line. We also have Smetser, the Belgian from Genk, the young Belgian defender, will be a decent player for us in the backup, as a backup centre-back in the second team. And now in terms of the CDM, other than Souček, we don't have another player to replace, obviously, Edson Alvarez or Guido Rodriguez if one of them gets injured. And Matteo Preti, Casado, Solis, and also Tahirovic are 4 young great talents here. Obviously, we also signed a player from Ajax in this episode, Gerald Hato, so we've got the working relationship with them. But Prati here from Caligiuri, the young Italian, obviously a great player, good at passing, and a decent all-round midfield player. Obviously, it wouldn't cost us the most amount of money that we could bring him in to be a backup CDM in the team. So Casado from Barcelona can play centre mid and right back, obviously a bit more versatile than Prati. Obviously, the young Spaniard here, great player. So again, another well-rounded player, 4-star weak foot, and a great young talent player for Barcelona. We also saw Solis here from Girona. Obviously the best, I guess, or actually technically the best defensive midfielder with the physicality stats. He's 6'2", 19-year-old, will be a great player for us, I believe. Wouldn't cost us that much amount of money as well. We also have Tahirovic here, the Bosnian from Ajax. As you can see here, great young talent as well. 6'3", obviously possibly the most physical player of the 3, other than Solis. And we have obviously backup strikers. You guys need to let me know which one of these we should sign, or maybe which 2 of these we should sign, because Mikel Antonio seemingly doesn't have the ability in this game to do what I was hoping he could do, which is be a big player for us off the bench. So maybe we'll sign 2 of these players next episode, as well as one of the CDM, maybe a backup goalkeeper, and maybe Smets as well. We have Ilian Kenner from, obviously, Monaco. We went through these early in the episode, so let me know down below which one of these we should sign. And that's going to call it for this one. If you're going to enjoy it, drop a like and video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn notifications so you don't miss any videos. Check out the Dortmund Chrome we just did on the channel, so you can check that out. Also check out the Man City one we did, and the 3 quarters of the United series we did. Obviously that one had to end due to the save issue in this game. We had to delete the saves if you do a checkpoint save and lose everything. I had to do that at one point. But yeah, let me know down below which players we sign. See you guys in this one. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.